You want to feel pain. You want to feel real pain. Real mental suffering. Walk up into a freaking Walmart. Okay? Watch your eyes water as you start to past the bread aisle. Oh my God. I hate Walmart. I hate Walgreens. Hate. Freaking hate them. I had to just go into Walgreens. And then I had to go to the DMV. You want pure? You want to become a ENTJ for a day? Go into a DMV, go into a Walmart, and then go inside of a Culver's. How about that? Get yourself a nice little chicken sandwich. Go into a Culver's. Sit down. Watch as the old lady, and you know how the women that work there, they got the big bottoms. Like the not an apple bottom, like a watermelon bottom. That when you're eating your sandwich, your elbow's there, that side cheek just comes up and brushes your elbow. And you're like, oh, she looks at you back. Oh. You get to really experience what the average person is going through, man. And it's a lot. Sometimes I feel like I have this sondering feeling. This other people are out there living their life. I feel this, like, these people, bro, suffering. I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's not like I sit there and care about it a lot. It goes away after a few minutes, but I feel it when I look at him. I'm like, damn, this guy's life sucks. This lady's life sucks. I feel bad for you. And then I get over in about 2 minutes. But I'm telling you, I think they're putting I think I'm allergic to Walmart. I think every time I go into Walmart, I'm allergic to Walmart. My eyes start watering. I don't know if it's something in the fabric. I don't know if it's the lights. I think it's the lights. It has to be those fluorescent lights above. Because it almost happens to be in TJ Maxx, in Walmart. I said it happened before, but I'm noticing it happens a lot of different places. Target. Not as bad in Target. I feel like they changed the lighting over a few years, but definitely TJ Maxx, Walgreens, CVS, Walmart. And it's like, man, dude, my nose starts running. My eyes start watering. I got to keep it together. I feel like I start hallucinating. Like I'm shifting dimensions. I'm dimension hopping. So it's getting freaking crazy. It's getting nuts out there, man. A lot of suffering, though. A lot of suffering. And this just gives me the idea of how much shit you got to go through to keep a bit of Thumos in your life. Like it's fucking tough out there. Okay? The way it's set up is such bullshit. I go to the DMV today, hand them my thing because I got to renew my stickers. It's just such an inconvenience. Oh, you got to pay $150 a year just to get a new sticker. You can't just drive your old buggy around, your horse and wagon. You can't just drive around without having to get it renewed. Okay? Now, I'm not complaining. We got the roads. Okay? It's nice. Great. Okay? But, like, dude, what a just nuisance. And then you go in here, you deal with these people. You got to stand in line like a little pig ready to be slaughtered to go and talk to the other pig behind the desk that just hates her life. And I always try to really take advantage of these situations and treat these people with an immense amount of kindness and like instill a bit of hope in them. Because I know that I'm not gonna be here. They gotta keep showing up. They gotta deal with absolute dickheads, assholes, and I'm like coming in here. I'm like, how you doing, miss? I'm just here to get my stickers renewed. Thank you for helping me. Would you like your receipt? No, that's okay. Thank you very much. And she goes, okay. Well, have a nice day. I'm like, you too. Have a blessed day. It's getting tough out there, man. It's getting tough to even say have a blessed day. It's getting tough to, keep it together. I'm sort of playing this up because it's just, it's not something you always got to deal with, but you see these things going on and these it's like there's so many ways to get you just to behave. I had to go to court a few months ago. I got pulled over because I couldn't pull up my insurance on my phone. I didn't have the physical card. So now I have to go and prove that I had insurance. I have to show up in the court. This little girl sitting behind the freaking pulpit. She's a young judge, female, just staring at me, and I'm just waiting there like a freaking recreant, dude. Just a cowardly man, just like this, waiting for my turn to be called. I have my papers. Can you please let me go? Oh, but you don't have the exact papers, so you're going to have to come back in a few months. Oh my God. Okay, great. I come back in a few months. My cop's sitting there looking smug. My lesbian cop looking smug. Pulled me over. Just looking at me like this. It's part of the system, part of the game you got to play. So I'm thinking, how much do you abide? How much can you take? How much do you willingly cooperate before you snap? Now, oh man, it's like all this shit going on, and you got freaking sex trafficking in high places. You got evil in high places. I've been watching Mouthy Buddha, one of my favorite YouTube channels, and I'm pretty sure someone suicided him. Someone got to him. But this guy, Mouthy Buddha, man, was going in on the symbolism of these pedos, on the evil that is out there. He's making all these connections, pattern recognition, and this guy's going freaking in. We're over here trying to get a new sticker for our bumper plate. Man, how can you not keep your spirit from getting down is the question. These guys, now I go to the DMV today. Hand the guy my papers. He's like, sir, I'm sorry about that, but you're going to need an emissions test. I'm like, okay, all right. It's always fucking something. Okay, so I go get the emissions test. And now this guy that is like telling me to get out is 400 pounds. His pants are falling down. He's got diabetes. His feet are swelling up, and he's like almost sitting in my car. Like he's having trouble getting in and out. I'm just sitting there on the little stool. They say, go get out of your car, sit down. I'm just sitting on the stool like this, just being beat to submission. Blend in, conform. Just steal your Thumos. Wipe out this man's Thumos. Gnaw away at it until he's down to the bone. And then spit him out. It's just a lot, man. It's a lot. And I'm not complaining. This is not a complaint. I'm just saying it's funny to look at the way things are set up. It's funny to see this shit, man. And be like, how do you... And you know what it is? When you give assholes a lot of power, weak. You know what it is? It's weak people. You give weak people a lot of power, and they abuse it. You give the weak, the ugly. They get comfortable with power, undeserved, unrighteous power, and they'll make your life like the guy this other guy at the emissions test. You walk in, this guy looks like a freaking. I'm not gonna make fun of him, but he just looks like he got electrocuted. Essentially, he's got his curls sticking out of his head like this. This big goat beard, this Baphomet beard. And, just looking like trenches. And I go in there and you could tell he's on a power trip. He's on a power trip. So I'm like, thank God I don't got to deal with him today because I swerved right. But as soon as I went to right, he was like, single file line, you'll be called upon, and then you can go to the side. And the way he was talking, dude, oh my God. You give people that are weak, ugly, bad health, they abuse that shit. Okay? They're more likely to be corrupted with their power. And there's a lot of people like that in the world. A lot of people that are corrupt have a loud voice. There's a lot of perverts out there with a loud voice that with a lot of power, a lot of sway. And there's a lot of people in high places that have a lot of power. I'm starting at the DMV, but I'm talking about there's more going on that have real influence. I really think the only way for the individual, to get his message across is not to argue, is to actually mog. The mog came about when the mog was used for a bigger guy that mogs like a smaller guy. Maybe height mog, maybe in two girls in bikinis standing next to each other. One girl has really big breasts, the other one has smaller, the big titties mogs the other one. So just kind of mogging, this mogging must occur. But what happens when you mog is you pay attention. And so weak and corrupted people with power, when they get mogged, it's like flicking on the light and the cockroaches scurry. Just freaking scurry under the couch. Or, they freeze up and they see you as an example and they say, no, I don't want to be a roach. I don't want to be a roach anymore. Because that's what mogging does, is it gets your attention. And it makes you pay, it makes you see the light. That's what it is. And not just, you can mog people, I'm not saying just height, man. You can't do nothing about your height unless you want to go break your legs and be a simp to get some girls because you want to grow 3 inches, half a hot dog bun, you want to grow more. It's like, come on, man. How retarded can you be? But you can't mog people that way. But you can mog people also in, you can get strong, first off, if you do want to go the physical route. But you can also mog people in character. You can mog people in your personality. You can mog people in kindness. That's what I do a lot, man. I mog people in kindness. Are you trying to get me down? You trying to take my Thumos? You're trying to steal my joy? You're trying to disturb the peace within me? No, dude, I got God on my side. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I got the joy to give. Dude, I got the joy to give. You can't take this from me. Shit may be tough. They might be trying to load me up in like a barn animal. I don't care. I got joy. So I'm going to give that shit. I'm going to mog with that. All right? And I'm strong. I can use my voice. So you're there, man. You got to mog. You got to mog. It's the only way. You don't argue. You don't go on Twitter and bitch and moan. Because you're not better than anyone. But that's what the individual has to do. You got to mog. Really, I don't know. It's the most succinct way to put it. You got to mog. You got to mog the weak. You got to mog the ugly. That choose to be ugly. You got to mog the ugly of spirit. That's what we're saying. You gotta stand up to it, but in a powerful sort of, not arguing. This is what I've noticed too. When people see a guy that is mogging, a powerful individual, the trick that the weak use is that they try to tear down the roaches. Tried to tear down the giant. There's a book, an old kid's tale. What was that kid's tale? Where the giant is like washed up on the beach or whatever, and the little people tie him down. And they're like, you're tied down. We have you. That's what little people do. When you are righteous in power, and when you have force and gravitas, when you have Thumos, So these people try to tie you down. They do it through subtle manipulation. A lot of times your whole life would be better, man, with women in general. Women love to do this because women are weaker than men. A woman that sees you, maybe, especially too if she wants to ruin your confidence fast, will make demands out of you and try to make you second guess yourself. But just for a practical reason right now, you could benefit from going your whole life. When someone tells you, hey, come here, they give you like a command like, hey, come here. Or they call you like a weird name, hey, come here, blah, blah, blah. And you feel compelled to go over because there's a woman telling you to come over. But don't go over, just sit there like this, like a gorilla. and just like don't obey. Just don't obey. Stop obeying weak commands. Your whole life will be better because people don't get to boss you around. Who's your boss? You don't have teachers anymore. You're out of high school. You don't have teachers anymore. So no one gets to tell you, hey, come here. Hey, do this. Use freaking respect. If you're going to ask me to come, hey, could you please come here? Can you help me with this? Can you give me a hand? You know, you don't just tell me to come here. Who do you think you are? So it's just the most basic tactic to ruin your confidence. To give a command in a disrespectful way. You don't get to do it. You don't get to do it. What are you going to tell a gorilla in the zoo? Hey, come here, buddy. Come here. No. Just smash your face. What do? They do it with all the little chimps. Come here, come here, come here. Snap it on the grass. You're not going to do that to some gorilla. It ain't going to listen to you. So stop getting bitched up by the world. Everyone trying to boss you around, put you in a lane. Everything's set up like a freaking lane. I hate lines. I hate them. Okay? Chipotle. You go to Chipotle, you wait in line. Dude, is there any way better to lower your test than waiting in the line of Chipotle? And then finally you wait for 20 minutes. Everyone on their phone, the girls like this, just that bad posture in their sweatpants. Probably letting out a little fart. You know, just who knows what's going on in that line. You finally get to the presser, the tortilla press, and there's a girl there with tattoos and a nose ring gauge. How can I help you? I hate lines. Everything is made to hurt you, dude. The lines at stores. Don't wait in lines if you can. If you can avoid it. And a lot of times you just don't go to these places. Fuck lines. But also drive-thrus too. Come on in. Come on into our drive-thru single file line. I'm convinced the more straight lines that you have in your life, this sounds schizomaxed, but the more straight lines that you have in your life, the unhappier you will be. Not just, like, for instance, you being in line a lot of times, single file line, but also nature. If there's a bunch of straight lines, because it's not natural in nature to have perfectly straight lines. So perfectly straight buildings, perfectly straight art or tables and shit. I don't even want this shit, man. I'm pissed. This damn couch, I told my girl, I knew it. I freaking knew it. I said, I don't want this love seat with the square arm pad. I want rounded. Because if I try to rest my head, how's that going to feel on my neck? I knew it. But I was a weak boy in my arguments. So now I suffer. Suffer and die. Rule 3 in our group. Suffer and die. Okay? Make better choices. Use better wisdom. Or suffer and die. And stop complaining. Stop bitching. But honestly, I got to bitch about this. See that shit? That's not natural. It's meant to be round. So I can rest my sweet neck on that. And I could, when you relax, you don't need lines. Straight lines. Straight. So, what the hell are we saying, man? The world tries to make you walk on eggshells. Fuck the eggshells. Break those eggshells. Smash them to smithereens. Okay? Fee, fi, fo, fum. Here I come. Stop abiding. You can't be an abider all the time. You can't let people break your spirit. You can't let people condition you. You can't be too sentimental. Not with your family, nobody. Just because they're blood related to you doesn't mean that they can make you miserable. And you should allow them to make you miserable. And you have a responsibility to love them and to take care of them and to always. No, fuck that, man. You know, it's like have love emanating from you, but also be strong enough to sever ties, make a decision to cut away from things that are draining your life, or you're going to be a slave. And many of you don't see a way out. And I believe that's the case because you've allowed these lines, these metaphorical lines, to neuter you. There's a great old Aesop's fable. I tell this probably once every 100 videos. And I'm going to tell it again right here just to conclude this video. There was a farmer and a lion. And the farmer had a daughter. And the lion was obsessed with his daughter. So the lion came up to the farmer and said, "Hey, farmer, can I take your daughter out on a date? Just going to go for a little stroll in the woods. Maybe eat a little bit of food. Have a little picnic. Nothing crazy." And the farmer's like, yeah, okay. They're both taking it back. He's like, "All right, but go away and just do me a favor. File down your nails a little bit, okay? Just come back after you file down your nails." So lion, he does it. He comes back. The farmer says, "Oh, okay, nails look good, but one more thing. Just file down your teeth. File down your teeth a little bit." And the lion's like, "Okay, you told me this, but now I gotta do this. Okay, I acquiesce." So he goes down, he files down his teeth, and he's like, "Yes, now my final chance." So he goes to the farmer again. He says, "Your Honor, I'm ready to take your daughter's hand in marriage." And he bows his head. And the farmer takes out a bat and just starts beating the shit out of the lion and bashes his brains in. And that's what the world is trying to do to us, man. It's trying to neuter the shit out of you. And it's getting me freaking pissed. I'm rising up. All right? Sometimes you got to get a little pissed about how things are. The lack of culture. The lack of just the third spaces. The freaking, the hatred of God. Can't even talk about God. People thinking you're stupid. They're retards. Those people think are retards. They're Redditors. Okay, guys, listen. That is okay to get a little pissed. But not to a point where you're emotional. That's not what this is. This is not emotion. This is a righteous. So get righteous. Have Thumos. Have spiritedness. Don't let the world take it from you. You got purpose and meaning in this life. Go out and do something. If you're bored, find something to do. Find something fun that you can sink your claws into. Go on that hunt. Okay? And enjoy that shit. Spring is in the air. I'm feeling testy. Let me tell you, I'm feeling very testy. Very testy indeed. The sun is out. It's going to be an amazing year. 2025. Come join us in the group if you haven't already. We're in there. The Thumos is rising. Let's freaking go. All right? Peace, man. See you soon.